Through my years of teaching yoga and also in combination with the Buddhist teachings, one of the main searches that I see people coming towards these traditions is the search for meditation or the interest in meditation. And funny enough, is also the one that is more tricky for people. It's not so difficult to get into a physical practice like an asana practice, or into, in the case of Buddhism, to study the texts or to study philosophy. But to have the proper regular meditation practice is complicated. It's not easy for people to develop that discipline. I would like in this video to mention a few of those causes and how can you maybe change that. The number one thing I would say to understand in terms of the capacity for meditation is that you need some process prior of what's called purification of the mind, chitta shuddhi. There are different Sanskrit Pali words for that, but it's the purification of the environment of the mind. That's a lot related to not necessarily lifestyle, although there's lifestyle in general, but also with morality or emotional well-being, or your sense of your moral standards, your sense of being at ease with yourself, with your personality, with your conduct, with your past, and by the way that you are acting now, with what the future seems to hold. For example, in the Buddhist tradition, they mention 5 things that disturb or clouds the mind and prevents meditation from happening, which would be excessive desire, all the thoughts we have about the things that we like to have, acquire, experience. So think when you're trying to meditate and you keep thinking about tomorrow or what you should do or what you like to do and all the nice experience of the past. So the positive things that you like to happen or like to happen again, from the past to the present or from the present to the future. The second would be hatred, so hateful thoughts. That's very related to anger, to remorse. Now, hate has this quality of making us very obsessed with the object of hate. When you dislike someone, we keep thinking about that person, we keep thinking about that situation. I'll put here in a broad way, but laziness, the difficulty to maintain the mind awake, and the difficulties with the body, for the body to be well, to be able to sit, to be able to stay in a position. Then restlessness or agitation. We see that the fidgeting in meditation, or trying to do meditation, which of course is manifested a lot in the body. The person cannot stay still, and then is manifested in the mind as well, as the mind moving, shaking, thinking, changing. So restlessness. And last, normally they mention, is doubt. You're not sure of the technique, you're not sure how to do it, you're not sure if you're doing it right. So these doubtful thoughts, they creep in and prevent a good, stable, still experience of the mind. All these 5 can be, to a certain degree, changed or modified through living, through what's called the moral training. A lot of our desires or hateful thoughts or angry thoughts or agitations, and even our doubts, they are born by how we conduct ourselves, how we live the day-to-day life, how we deal with our relationships, how we deal with our own selves. So we have to purify conduct, and we have to purify especially the relationship we have with ourselves, like with our body and with our mind, with our personality, with who we sense as we are, so that we are at ease with it. Once we become at ease with your body, once we become at ease with your mind, we have less regret, we have less worries about ourselves and what's going to be of us. Then it's more natural for you to be able to sit with yourself, to be with yourself. You have those 24 hours in your day, and if for 23 hours, because sometimes it can go on during sleep as well, but if for 23 hours you are going on with worry or hate or excessive desire and so on, so things that agitate or disturb the mind, or things that corrupts our perception of ourselves, like being at ease with ourselves, it's not going to be that 30 minutes or 1 hour of meditation that is going to modify it. One side is much larger than the other. The side of having a not so good experience is too much compared to the trying to have a good experience, which would be the meditation point. So no wonder the classic traditions of meditation always put a lot of emphasis on moral conduct, on living, on lifestyle, even simple things like exercise. For example, in terms of yoga and the idea of asana practice, so that your body feels as a comfortable place to be. And when you are comfortable, when you are in a place that is nice, when you're living in an environment that is good, you feel like wanting to be there. You want to stay there. When the environment is dirty, when the environment is uncomfortable, you don't want to be there. You want to move, you want to do something about it, or you want to escape it. So think of your body and your mind in the same way as a place that has to be shaped, it has to be formed in order for you to be comfortable living, residing in it. Once there is this purification of conduct and purification of the body, then you can also think that for meditation, you need to fall in love with the object of meditation. No wonder in the past, a lot of meditations used to be more religious in nature, more spiritual, more devotional. So the Hindu tradition was pretty much always about God and mantra and prayers to God, or the statue, the image of God, and people meditate on that. Even on the Buddhist tradition, there has always been a lot of devotion for the Buddha, for the teachings themselves. So this idea of veneration, and then you keep the mind with it. So there's a sense of a kind of love for it, and love dominates it. It catches the mind, it grabs the mind, it holds the mind when you love something. So you need to find something that you enjoy meditating at. Nowadays, I think people have less of this religious tendency you might have, but a lot of people do not have in terms of meditation. So no wonder a lot of people are going for meditation more towards the body, towards the breath. But you see, once more, then you have to fall in love with it. So you have to enjoy being with your body, to experience it, to be with it. You have to enjoy your breath, to be with it. For that, you need some maybe prior training. And then comes the importance in the yoga tradition, for example, of using the body and using the breath prior to meditation. So you develop a liking for it, develop an interest for it, and then you stay with it. So then meditation also becomes an action that is not only constricted or restricted to the sitting portion of it, but you're breathing all the time. So in theory, you could be exercising that love or that affection for the breath all the time. When you love the breath, you stay with the breath. You want to be with it. It's like a loving person that you want to come home and meet again after the day, after work, etc. So the breath will become that. It becomes something that you enjoy experiencing, and then you look forward for the meditation. So you see, if you take those steps, then maybe meditation becomes something that you want to do, not something that you have to do. It's like a good, healthy relationship. It balances everything else. It gives you the experience of well-being. So meditation has to be trained on that sense, as a moral training, as purification of the mind, and then as developing love for the object of meditation. So you choose carefully what you're going to meditate on, you stay with it, so you develop a relationship with it.